Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.
Hey everybody, welcome back to a quick beer review. Going back to the black IPA style. Gosh, I love this style of beer. We just recently reviewed Alchemist. Mortal Sins, I think it was called. That was a black IPA. I loved that beer. And now, collab time, Pizza Port and Smog City. I haven't had Smog City in a long time. I forgot about Smog City. Smog City used to make fire sours. I used to love Smog City sours. But this is Burn Out the Night. This is a big boy beer. The Alchemist Black IPA was 6.6%. This is 8% alcohol by volume. So, Black IPA, one of those things, you either love it or you hate it. I love it. So I wanted to shoot a review of this one. Who knows if people even care? I don't care because I like this style. So this is Chinook, Citrus, Simcoe, and Amarillo. But with black IPAs, you know, they're super roasty, chocolatey, but hoppy. It makes no sense, but it does make sense. It just kind of works. So canned on December 13th. 6-pack of 16-ounce cans. It was like, I think it was like $16 or $17. Great value, in my opinion. So, Lego. Pizza Port is one of my favorite local spots. Like, look at that. It does not look like an IPA. Like, it makes no sense, right? I can smell it. It smells so roasty. It smells chocolatey from here. Wild. It's not black. It is like a super dark ruby red. I can see like red hues right here. So it's not, you know, I can see through it. Obviously I can't see like my finger, but I can see in the shadows like a really crazy deep ruby red color, 2 fingers of a khaki head, super compact bubbles. It looks like a stout, or it looks like, I guess a stout wouldn't be this light as far as like the red color, but it does not look like an IPA. It doesn't make sense, but it works. See what this smells like. This smells like like if you had some sort of like candied orange that was chocolate covered but like rolled in coffee grounds. Does that sound weird? Probably. It is roasty, it is coffee, it is chocolatey, but it's citrusy and it's piney. These beers are such a trip. They're so fun. This is so much more roasty and chocolatey than the Alchemist one. It was fun. I think I still have a can of that and I was like, oh, I'm going to do that blind. I think I would be able to tell like right away which one's which. It would still be fun to drink them side by side. Ooh, it smells so good. Cheers. It's delicious. This is heavy roast, heavy coffee, heavy chocolate, but it also offers like a cool, it's not intense, but there's a piney, like sweet kind of orange thing that goes with that. This beer sort of immediately reminds me, gosh, I reviewed that beer a long time ago. Stone made a smoked porter that had orange peel and vanilla, I think, something like that. I remember having that on draft and I'm like, this is really good. And then the bottles weren't the same, but it brings me back to that. This is so much more, like I said, roasty chocolate coffee though than the Alchemist IPA was. But yeah, that kind of citrusy sweetness, a little bit of pine, and there is a good amount of bitterness that goes with that. But it makes sense to your brain because when you drink coffee stouts, sometimes coffee stouts will have bitterness to them. When you drink porters, it's that roast, you get a little bit of that bitterness. It's not crazy bitter. It doesn't like dig into your tongue. It doesn't go crazy. But man, this is really, really good. I don't know if this has to be 8%. I'm not sure why they went with 8%. I don't think the ABV really does. It doesn't offer like a sweetness. I don't think. It's just, I don't know. I wouldn't be able to tell you this is 8%. I just don't know why it is 8%. But this is really, really good. It's just a fun beer. It's a fun style. It makes no sense on paper, but when you drink them, it works for some reason. So yeah, I love the roast and the coffee that goes with the citrus and like the piney notes. Again, makes zero sense. It would be like, Like, what's the best way? Like, I mean, we're at the end of December. If you went like camping in the snow and you were like in the forest and you just woke up in the morning and you had like that intense sappy pine tree scent that you're smelling and then drinking coffee with it, it kind of is like akin to that. Chewy mouthfeel. And as it's warmed up, yeah, that more of that piney, just sweet kind of orange zesty thing has come out with all that roast and that coffee. The chocolate part is awesome. Again, it makes no sense to have chocolate in a hoppy beer, but it works. Good stuff. So I wonder how many of you guys got this beer. I think this is one of those beers, like even, I don't know when this is going to upload, but even at the time that this uploads, if you wanted to, you know, seek it out. I don't know if they still have cans of this, but I'm sure you'd be able to get your hands on this if you put some feelers out there. It's a fun beer to drink. It's just cool to kind of sit with and taste all the different things that you're tasting and be like, how come this doesn't make sense? But it works. Just one of those things. So that's Burn Out the Night from Pizza Port in Smog City. Did you guys have this one? Let's talk about it. Anybody want to talk about the black IPA style? I love it. I wish more folks would be brewing these styles of beer. I know this probably has no place, and they may have canned this and it could still be sitting at the brew pubs and people aren't buying it. But I will say, when I grabbed this 6-pack, there was a gentleman that was sitting at the bar that had a 6-pack next to him plus a pour of it, and he was like, do you know what that is? And I'm like, oh yeah, it's a black IPA. I'm one of the few people who love the style. He's like, I've never had one of these, but it's delicious. He's like, I've had 4, like, I think he said he had 4 pours at lunchtime, plus he bought a 6-pack of it. So he had to have been feeling good. So from the one person that I talked to at Pizza Port when I was grabbing this, it seemed to be, you know, something that might work for them. I have no idea, but I hope that they continue to brew the style. Maybe we kick down the ABV a little bit. I don't need to be drinking 8% beers, 16-ounce format, because this is, I mean, I've drank half of almost the whole thing. It's just really easy drinking. It's delicious. So anyways, I'll stop rambling. I appreciate you guys watching. See you soon. Cheers.
Thank you for coming behind the bar, in the arcade, all that shit.
Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.